Okay, so hi, we are back into our sessions. So before we started with this particular one, so I have already created the grid for this particular painting. So today we'll be starting for the 14 inch 14-inch painting, the last painting that we have decided for this basic session. So we'll be choosing these colors as per the choices. The color can differ. If you want a different set of color, then you can go by the different set of color, but the choices you should be having 3 different colors. I have chosen dark violet color, and above that, as you can see, 1 pinch of the tint color. The second is the light pink color, and the third is the light purple color. So the basic idea is, whatever the dark shade of color, the background you choose, there should be a lighter shade of colors. In case if you have a lighter background, you should choose a darker shade of colors, so that the colors are being shown and the designs are being displayed properly. Okay, so in this particular painting, as you have seen that I have already created the grid for you. I'll explain you the grid before we start with the painting. So the first grid is, we need to go for the basic grid that we already generally create, that is every 1 centimeter circles, it should be spread far apart. After that, we have to create the inner grid. In the inner grid, the first one, we'll be creating a flower pattern. The flower pattern is a simple geometric pattern by creating arcs, that is a flower mandala, and post that we will be drawing lines. So I'll be showing you the inner part, and the outer part is the same part which I had explained it earlier in the earlier painting, where we'll be joining these particular, we'll be joining the same points over here, the midpoint, and we'll be forming a particular leaf shape. The next leaf will be forming after the first leaf is formed, that is the mid of the second one, that is this particular layer. The fourth one, the third leaf will be the last point, the last circle which will be touching. So this is the basic one which we had already covered it earlier. I'll be again be drawing this grid in this particular session, and hope you are able to understand it. So I'll be forming a very small circle. So in this particular, I'll be just be showing you how to form a grid over here using the same ones. So let me just draw a circle first. So this will be my first inner grid after you create the circles over here. Okay, so this is my radius. So any radius just I have drawn to show you how to draw that. So take this, the radius should be kept as the same. Make sure that your pencil is being sharpened well and you're having a good point over here. Place anywhere in this particular circle and draw an arc covering both the sides, one over here and one over here. Take the same measurement of the radius of the circle, okay, and draw another arc intersecting the previous arc. Make sure it has been touching the center of the circle. Okay, so as you can see, let me give you a closer look. As you can see, these are the two arcs which has been intersecting. So on and so forth, you have to keep drawing arcs connecting your radius with the measurement of your radius. Okay, now at this point of time it will be touching your intersecting the first arc that you have drawn, so forming a kind of a leaf shaped pattern, a flower which you can see. Let me just shift the camera a little bit down so that you can have a closer look. So I hope you are able to have a clear picture of it. So you, in the same way, you need to form flowers over here. This is called as a flower mandala, where we will be joining the flowers in this particular pattern by forming the arcs. The flowers will be perfectly fine only if you are having a sharpened pencil, so that you can find the things easily. Now in this case, if you see that the flowers intersection is not being fine, that's okay, you can erase that and you can redraw it again. So at each point you have to draw a similar kind of an arc. So if you can see, this is what you have to form. At each point you have to draw a arc which is equivalent to your radius, and kind of draw a arc in between your circle. Again take the other point, repeat the same structure. Now since we have drawn this entire one, the rest of the part, that is the remaining arc, this is the point, like these are the 2 points. I will just redraw it to show you in a clear picture. Okay, so as you can see, this is the flower that is being drawn. Now at this point, and let's say this point, so I will just name the points as A, B, C, D, E and F. So all these points I have named as A, B, C, D, F. So I'll name it as A and B point. Over here, this you need to join another curve by joining another curve to make another leaf shape pattern. As you can see, now we will be joining in the similar way from B to C. Again from C to D. So as you can see, this is my entire grid that I have drawn. So the same grid I have drawn it over here. There are six leaves that I have drawn. This is my arcs that I have drawn inside the circle. So if you can see that I have drawn, you can choose the radius according to that. Whatever the radius, you can choose it however bigger you want this particular flower to be. It should be decent enough to be displayed inside the circle. I'll give you my measurements, how big my arc was, how big my inner circle is. Okay, so my circle is approximately 4.8 centimeter radius. So this is what the circle is I have drawn. If you're having these kind of stencils, then you can use these stencils to draw your circles as well. It is helpful and it will be easier in a manner to complete your grid designs. So I have purchased these from Amazon. In case if you do not find the link, I'll share you the one. So after that, I have left, after drawing my first circle of 4.8 centimeter radius, I have left 1 centimeter circle to give a dot design over here. After giving a dot design, I have chosen a midpoint over here, one midpoint and the second midpoint. So my midpoints will be in this particular. So I have not chosen 1 centimeter distance between both these particular both these angles. So earlier we used to choose for 1 centimeter. So this is not a 1 centimeter. This is a separately in a separate one which is being there as per the radius. So you can go ahead by going for a leaf pattern. So I have chosen 1 2 3 and a leaf in between, 2 angles. So similarly I have got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So 8 leaves I have got, giving a good wider look. In case if you have made a 1 centimeter distance, so your distances will be, you will be choosing 4 sections, 1 2 3 and 4. The 4 sections, in between the 4 sections you will be having, in between you will be forming this particular leaf. So the first leaf you have drawn over here, this is your second leaf, this is your third leaf, this is your fourth leaf. So to give you a better picture, I can show you over here. So let's say draw the first circle. Okay, so let's say this is my circle, this is my 1 centimeter radius circles which I have shown. Okay, so these are my 1 centimeter circles which I have drawn. I'll be drawing similar arcs over here. This is my perpendicular lines, 45-degree lines. I'll be drawing a 45-degree line, a perpendicular line to it. So you can use a protractor for doing these for perfect measurements. This is only for a sample thing that I'll be showing you. So in my case, I have just chosen 4. I have not chosen a line between 45 degrees and 90 degrees. So in case if you have drawn it, you can go ahead with that particular fashion. So this is my protractor. For the protractor, we will be choosing, I have kept it at the center of it. I have drawn, as I said, that I have drawn my 45 degree line in between. I'll be choosing a midpoint over here, and there is a second arc that I'll be drawing. So since I have earlier taught you in this particular fashion only, so use the same kind of fashion. So there is a 1 and 1 centimeter, 10 degree, this is your 10 degree, this is your 10 degree. So similarly you will be going for the same one itself. You will be drawing a 10 degree line. So this is your 10 degree line that you have drawn. To draw the first circle, what you will be doing is, you will be taking 4 sections, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 10 degree, 10 degree, 10 degree and 10 degree. These are the 4 sections that you will be choosing. 20 degree and 20 degree. After that, you will leave one circle. As I told, after drawing this flower grid, you will leave one particular circle. After this circle, you will be drawing this particular leaf. So how you will be drawing the leaf? This is your 4 sections, that is the 40 degree. Between this 40 degree, you will be going 1, 2 and 3, leaving 3 circles, 1, 2 and 3. There is a midpoint in between, that is 1. It starts from here and ends over here. There is a midpoint which has been coming after your 20 degrees, after the third circle. So you will be drawing an arc over here, one arc and one arc to form this particular leaf shape pattern. So similarly, you will be leaving 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again this midpoint. You will be forming such kind of circles. So for me, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 circles, 8 leaves I have been formed. After connecting that, you will be again leaving 3. After 3 circles, you will be forming another leaf in the next 3 circles, 1, 2 and 3. So between these two, this is your first leaf, this is your second leaf. End point of both your leaves, this is the end point of it. You will be intersecting at the next 3 circles, 1, 2 and 3. These are your 3 circles, and you will be intersecting it over here, 1 leaf and 1 leaf. Okay, so in the same way you will be forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another rest 8 leaves that you will be forming. So after that, you will be having the rest of the 2 circles, the remaining 2 circles. Again, you will be the end point of your the leaves that you have drawn it earlier. You will be again intersecting it over here at the last circle, tip of the last circle. So again you will be forming another leaf. So in this way you will form this entire grid structure, giving it a nice mandala look. Okay, I'll give you a closer look of this, and I'll also send you a picture of this particular grid. Alright, so we'll be starting with the painting sessions now, as we have completed our grid structure. So for your painting your thing, first we will be painting this particular part, that is your leaf structure that we'll be painting. So for painting the leaf structure, we'll be using the lightest shade. For me it is the peach color or the flesh tint color if you are having, and then you can use, I'm going to use take all my rigger brushes So these are my rigger brushes. So I'll be using the 3/0, the thinnermost brush which I'm having in this shade. Okay, and we'll try to see that we'll use only brushes in this particular painting, so that you can get a practice of the entire brushes. So catch your hand like this, and then just shade the borders of these particular arcs. Okay, so you just have to half bend this particular brush, the 3/0 brush, and give a nice swipe for the swoosh pattern. Okay, so as you can see that I have done this. In the same way you can complete these particular arcs as well. So over here just half bend, just half of the arc, not the entire arc, and leave it. So just complete it for the rest of the arcs. Okay, so as you can see I have just done for the rest of the arcs. So in the same way we will complete for the rest of the other side of the half bend, and then combine it, join these particular portions. So see to that it meets each other. These 2 points meet each other. In case if you feel that they are not meeting each other, you can manually do that particular thing. Okay, so as you can see I have just completed this one. So once you have completed this particular portion, so you just rub dip your brush in water and clean your brush. Now take your pink color. So in this particular pink color we'll use the tool, we'll use our green tool, and we'll try to fill up the space which we are having in between these ones, and start placing, randomly place the dots over here to fill up this particular portion. Make sure that you do not overlap the dots. It should not be too much clumsy. Just you need to fill the dots. We are trying to do a gradient kind of a look. So as you can see, we have completed this particular one. So the rest of the portion you can either paint it with the same one. So for painting it, you can use any of the brushes which you are having. So I'm using my flat brush. In case if you're not having your flat brush, you can use the other one. So for that, I will be painting the rest of the portion of the remaining ones. So make sure that you gently paint the surface and you do not make it overlap. Giving it a nice curve shape look. We'll, in this particular, as I said, we'll try to do a minimal usage of brush, minimal usage of tools in this, and we'll use more of the brushes itself. So try to fill up the particular space. Okay, so now we have completed this particular part as well. So now in between these areas 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, these 6 areas we will do some patterns, nice patterns, using our the same using our brush which has been there. So again we'll dip our brush in paint, and we will try using, make just a swipe. Just a tip of it, tip print, and then make a swipe. In case for these ones, if you're comfortable using your tools, then it will look much more better. So you can use your tools also for making these swipes. So I'm just using brushes to make for an easy look. One at the right, one at the left. So since the area is pretty less, so try using the smallest brush size which you are having, that is 3/0. If you are using bigger size brush, then the area will not be completed. It will get overlapped, so it looks very clumsy. Okay, so we have completed this pattern, one at the center, right and left, one more swipes, and then another swipes over here. So now we will be, as I said, that this is the area that we have completed. Now we'll take our purple color and start dotting in the next circle over here. This is the place that we'll be dotting. So we have got a 1 centimeter, which is 1 centimeter distance which is there. So we will use our blue tool and place a dot. Keep a sufficient distance between the dots, two dots. So and the next part I will show, once we complete the dots, I will share that we'll be placing another peach color dot in between these two dots. And make sure that your paint is not at all thick enough, otherwise the dottings will not give you a good dot. It will give you a very bad texture look. So for mandala, your dot should be equivalently placed, as we had discussed in the earlier sessions. see I have placed equivalent size ones. So what we'll be doing it, over here one dot and over here one dot, we'll be using our green tool and we'll be taking the peach color, and with the help on the green side, the smaller part of the green size, and we will be placing one dot over here at the above, in between two dots, and one dot at the bottom. So in between these two purple dots there will be one dot at the top and one dot at the bottom. So in the same way we'll continue placing all the dots. So we have completed placing the dots. So now what we'll be doing is we will try to form another pattern which we have discussed earlier. So over here we will be placing one particular swoosh in this way, okay, forming one nice leaf. So one dot over here and forming this particular swoosh. Post that we will be placing one dot over here and go for a walking the dots pattern to fill up the leaf shape. After the leaf shape we will be forming one swoosh over here, one swoosh over here, 1 2 1 2 1 2. So in this way we will complete this entire circle. Okay, so at the center of it we will be using our pink color one. For choosing a pink color you will use your purple tool which is there, place a dot. Okay, place a dot. Now where we have to exactly place a dot, after completing this circle, there are two circles, three, in between three circles we have drawn the leaf. In the second circle, exactly at the grid line which you have, that is below your point where it is completing, just below that you will be placing this particular you will be placing a dot. Let me show you at the back. Let's say you have formed this 10 degree, 10 degree, 10 degree, 10 degree. You have formed this leaf, formed this particular leaf. You have formed this particular leaf over here. This is your 1, 2 and 3 circle. This is the place where this particular leaf has been met, at this circle. Okay, at this particular circle you will be placing a dot and forming this particular shape. Okay, so let's do that. So what you can do is, after placing a dot, you can use your brushes itself instead of doing it. So after doing it, you can gently put it, hold it down and form that particular shape which we had discussed. Give a nice shape to that particular dot. Once you complete that, you will be using your green color tool, and then you will do walking of the dots pattern using your peach color. Only single walking of the dots. Okay, so this is your walking of the dots pattern. Now what we will be doing is, we will be try forming the swooshes. So I will be using my 2/0 tool. Okay, dipping it in water and use my pink color. Dip it in paint, nicely dip it in paint. Okay, because this time we'll be doing a full particular swoosh. So this is the place where your tip has been ended. So touch your tip and then place a nice curve and a swoosh over here. Again dip it in paint. Repeat the same. Half bend, and then depending on the area you have to bend it and form a curve. Okay, so this is your first one. Now you will be using your purple tool, purple color, with the same brush that you have. Now you will be going on your third 1, 2 and 3. You will be going on the second circle. Form a curve, swoosh, which is you have. It should start from the second circle. You will be using 3 circles. You will be starting from the second circle, touching that particular line. Now you will be using your peach color. Repeat the same structure, go down a little bit, form another curve. Okay, remove the excess paint. Use your pink color. So this way you will be forming this particular pattern. Now you are still having this much and this much section which is being left. In this section we will try covering it up by using our same peach color which we are having, and we'll be doing as walking of the dots pattern. After our pink color, so this is how our pattern looks. We'll repeat the same pattern over here. So again for that we'll be using a pink color tool, dip it in paint, keep it, give a nice dot which you have. Once you gently place your dot, use your tools and then drag it down to form a nice leaf shape. Okay, either you can use your tools or either you can use your brushes. Again use your same peach color. Again use your same green tool, peach color, and go for walking of the dots pattern. Once you completed that, since we have used our touche/0 brush, so we'll be using the same touche/0 brush. We will be going for a full bend, almost a full bend or a half bend, which you can say. Hold your tool, hold your brush like this, diagonal, the right angle. Cover that area. In this way you form a nice curvy pattern. Once you complete that, use your purple one. Make sure you nicely dip it in paint. It should start from the second circle of that particular leaf, from the top. Use your peach color, repeat the same, a little bit down. Then again use your pink color, again form another swoosh. Forming a leaf shape which you are having. Once you completed that, you will be doing walking of the dots, covering your remaining sections. Now this is your two leaves. Now we'll try to see this particular area which you are having. Okay, so what we'll try to do is, since we have used a pink color, we will be using our 0 number brush, dip it in paint, and we'll give a bigger swoosh over here. So over here for the bigger swoosh I am using my peach color tone, nicely dipping in paint from the point where my first leaf has been ended. From that particular point I'll start and I will make a nice curve. Repeat the same from the point where it has been ended and make a nice one. Okay, So it shows that your leaf has been covered up by these swooshes. Half bend and then okay. Now to cover this particular pattern, what we'll do, we'll use our 1 number brush, dip it in paint of your purple paint, light purple paint. Okay, give a nice full bend and then go down. Okay, give a nice full bend and then go down. So this is it starts from the second leaf which you are having. This is your second leaf covering the next 3 circles. So starting from the third most circle, it will go down. Okay, so in the same way you will try repeating this particular pattern with your tools. Half bend and go down, half bend and then go down. Okay, half bend, half bend. For your using your peach color, what you will be doing is you will be doing for the walking of the dots. Walking of your dots. The rest of the area you will be doing it as walking of your dots. You'll be forming layers. Now over here we can also go for the overlaps. If the space permits for you. Once you complete your circle, you use your same tool which you are having, the 0 number brush, dip it in paint for the purple one, and then create a nice swoosh pattern after your third layer ends. Make sure that it doesn't retouch any of the dots. Okay, so since you have done an overlap pattern, you can go for an overlap. To give you a nice feeling. In this way. Okay, so as we have done it over here, we'll be repeating our same pattern using our same brush. We will be going for a swoosh from as we had done for the lower circles. These ones we will be doing it for the next set of swooshes also. So hold, dip it in paint, and then in this way. So you can get a border of the lighter shade that you are having. Okay, so make sure that you repeat your patterns in the same way. Let's go for another, the same one. I'll be repeating it over here. So first we have done our purple color which we have done, we will be using the same 0 number tool at the left side, at the right hand side, so I have created these ones. Now we'll be using our, as we discussed, we'll be using a peach color and we'll be going for walking of the dots 3 layers. To cover up the space which we are having, we will be using our brush number 0 with the purple paint and creating a swoosh pattern to cover up the remaining area. Now again we'll be using our peach color and then form another swoosh to give a border to your leaf. Then this we have completed 2 circles, so this is the last part that we will be doing it. So in the last part how we will do is we will try forming a circle over here, a circle. We will be going for walking of the dots. We will incrementally create a swoosh pattern. Starting from the bottom, going towards the end of the circle. Okay, so first we will be going for the walking of the dots. Since we have used our first pink inside, then we have used purple inside, so this time we will be using peach inside. For using the peach, I will place a dot okay. We will be going for first as the walking of the dots using a pink color. Okay, so this is our walking of the dots. We'll be using a purple color for the second layer. So for walking of the dots, your first one should be bigger, first one should be smaller. Okay, so these are your first layers. 2 layers of your walking of the dots. One is a peach dot, then the second layer is your first layer of the walking of the dots is pink color, then I went for the purple color. So now I will repeat the same fashion. I will be using my tool. I'll be using my first peach tool. Okay. So for using my peach tool, what I will be doing, I will be creating like this, a curve from down. In case if you're not comfortable, rotate your board, okay, and then give a nice leaf shape, a curve. Use 2 times to cover up that particular area. Each swoosh. In case if you have got multiples of multiple color, you can use that many number of colors. Since we have limited to 3 colors, so we will be using 3 colors only. So in this way we will be creating the patterns. I'm just doing as partially half bend and then giving a nice curve. So I have completed my 2 layers, two layers with these 2 colors. Now I'll be using the last layer, that is my purple color. So for purple color again, we'll be doing it twice. Okay, so again, since we have covered up our area with the peach color, so we'll be doing the same case over here, but our bottom will be from up to down each time. Giving a border over here. I have purposely chosen these swooshes so that you can get a good practice of the swooshes, of the bends you can see. Okay, so we have to repeat the same patterns for the entire ones, and once we complete that particular pattern, what we have to do, since we have used either if we are using a charcoal pencil, then just use a damp cloth and just clean up the cover up area. In case if you are not using a damp cloth and if you have used a pencil, used an eraser to remove the markings in the entire board. I'll complete all the leaf painting over here, and I'll post a separate video for how to remove these marks, and that will give you a better picture of how to remove the marks over here and how to give you a cleaner look. Okay, another thing, since there is no mandate that you have to use a square board itself, for a 14-inch I had a square board with me, so I had used a square one. In case if you are not having any square board and you are having a round, that too is okay. The design will remain the same. So you have to complete this entire painting and share me the picture of it, how does it look, and let me know. So these swooshes, these easy ones, I had taken it specifically for the practice of it, where you are having a backward swoosh as a forward one, and so on and so forth. Okay, thank you.